Hello friends, in this video we are going to learn carbon and its compounds. Carbon and its compounds. Very important chapter, and this is the base chapter for the further carbon, because in like plus 1 also and plus 2 also it plays a very important role. Aldehydes, ketones, functional groups, everything is very important for the further plus 1 plus 2 concept basis. Okay, so let's start what is carbon and its compounds. Okay, so let's move on with the carbon. What is carbon? Carbon is basically an element and it is a non-element, non-metal. The amount of carbon present in the earth crust and the atmosphere is very small. Okay, and the large number of things which we have used in our daily life are made up of carbon compounds. Our food materials like grain, pulses, sugar, tea, coffee, fruits, vegetables, etc. are carbon compounds. Okay, and the fuels like wood, coal, kerosene, LPG, natural gas, CNG, compressed natural gas, petrol, diesel, which we use for cooking food and running vehicles, are also made up of carbon and its compounds. And a paper, rubber, plastic, leather, drugs, dyes are also made up of carbon compounds. So carbon element plays a very important role in our daily life. We can test the presence of carbon in a material on the basis of the fact that the carbon and its compound burn in air to give you carbon dioxide. So when carbon is burned, so what it release? Carbon dioxide. Okay, so let's move. Why carbon always form covalent bond? Why carbon forms covalent bonds? Covalent bonds, this is a question. So why it forms this covalent bonds? So first of all, we have a K shell and L shell. Okay, it has 2 electrons, it has 4 electrons. Okay, in the outermost shell they have the 4 electrons, so they have a tendency to lose or gain electrons. Okay, so whether they can gain electrons to form the inert gas configuration. Okay, to remove the 4 electrons from the carbon atom, it is not possible to remove 4 electrons from the carbon atom. Okay, to give the inert gas configuration, it is also not possible to add as many 4 electrons to the carbon atom due to the energy considerations and acquire the inert gas configuration. So it is obvious that the carbon atoms have acquired the inert gas structure of 8 electrons in the outermost shell of sharing electrons, since the carbon atoms can achieve the inert electronic configuration only by sharing of electrons. जो हमारे पास इसके पास 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ऐड भी कर सकता है और रिमूव भी कर सकता है, बट ये पॉसिबिलिटी नहीं है. अगर इससे 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स जो हैं, हमारे पास जो 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स अगर तो हम ऐड करते हैं, तो ड्यू टू द एनर्जी consideration we can't add 4 electrons to this outermost shell, and we never get remove this 4 electrons on the outermost shell due to the it is not possible. Why? Because it's very difficult to get electrons from the L shell. Why? So it's outermost strong, because it is in the outermost shell, they are highly attracted towards the bond. So it's very atom is very small due to the outermost electrons are strongly held by the nucleus. So it's not possible to remove that and to become stable in the inert gas configuration. Okay, so what the carbon can do? It is not possible to lose and it is not possible to gain. So when we come to the conclusion is, so you can also explain if the question arises in future, like why carbon cannot add 4 electrons, or whether it not lose 4 electrons. So you can ask like the for the not we can not remove 4 electrons from the carbon atom to give the inert gas configuration. You can write like because of the atom is very small or due to which the outermost electrons are held by the nucleus. Okay, so outermost electrons जो हैं वो काफी ज्यादा strongly held होते हैं आपके न्यूक्लियस के साथ. ये हमारे पास 2 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है, यहाँ पे 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स है. ठीक है, इतने अच्छे से जुड़े होते हैं न्यूक्लियस के साथ जो हमारा न्यूक्लियस है, तो वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू रिमूव 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. ओके, so it's very difficult to add 4 electrons. Why? Because of the energy considerations, high amount of energy required, energy considerations, we can't remove this electrons. So कार्बन करे तो क्या करे? तो फाइनली कार्बन ने क्या किया है, कार्बन कैन शेयरिंग इलेक्ट्रॉन्स कि बाकी एलिमेंट्स के साथ क्या कर ले, ये शेयरिंग कर ले. ठीक है, तो शेयरिंग ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स टू फॉर्म दी कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड्स. ओके, सो कार्बन क्या करेगा, अब शेयर करेगा अपने इलेक्ट्रॉन्स टू फॉर्म दी कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड्स. So let's start why it shows the why carbon is tetravalent. So there is a every time some have why carbon follows the tetravalent. Carbon is tetravalent. Tetra means 4. Okay, so carbon has 4 electrons in the outermost shell, so it requires 4 more electrons to achieve the stable configuration. Also, since one carbon atom requires 4 electrons to achieve a 8 inert gas configuration and the valency of carbon is 4, that is carbon is tetravalent because they have the achieve 4 electrons gain or 4 electrons addition. So it is called that, that's the reason it is called that because one carbon atom requires 4 electrons to achieve the 8 gas information and the valency, बिकॉज इसको क्या चाहिए हमारे इस कार्बन को, एक कार्बन एटम, वन कार्बन एटम एक रिक्वायर्स 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. हमारे पास अगर एक कार्बन एटम है इसको 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स चाहिए अपनी स्टेबल कॉन्फ़िगरेशन को करने के लिए, और इसकी वैलेंसी भी क्या है, सेकेंड वैलेंसी भी 4 है, इसलिए इसको क्या कहते हैं, टेट्रावेलेंट. ठीक है, आप ये चीज़ डिफाइन कर सकते हैं, इसकी वैलेंसी 4 है और इसको फुलफिल करने के लिए 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स चाहिए इनर्ट गैस कॉन्फ़िगरेशन बनाने के लिए, तो इस वजह से हम इसको क्या कहते हैं, टेट्रावेलेंट कहते हैं. ठीक है, तो ये हो गया हमारे पास कार्बन की डेफिनेशन कि कार्बन है क्या. तो कार्बन का हम बना देते हैं, कार्बन में हमारे पास 2 इधर होते हैं, 4 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इधर होते हैं. सेल्फ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ कार्बन एटम्स, बिकॉज सेल्फ कॉम्बिनेशन क्या होता है, सेल्फ कॉम्बिनेशन कार्बन की प्रॉपर्टी है. सेल्फ कॉम्बिनेशन क्या होता है, द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ सेल्फ कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ कार्बन एटम्स टू फॉर्म द लॉन्ग चेन्स is useful to us because it gives rise to the extremely large number of compounds. Okay, the formation of strong bond by carbon atoms among themselves and with other elements makes the carbon compounds exceptionally stable. Self combination means क्या होगा कि कार्बन किसी के साथ भी जुड़ के एक बहुत सारे कंपाउंड्स को प्रोड्यूस करता है, तो दैट इज कॉल्ड द सेल्फ कॉम्बिनेशन. इट कैन कंबाइन विद next we can check like how many compounds we can form with the carbon, because every organic chemistry is based on the carbon. So we will more discussion on that, how the carbon attach with the different compounds and to form different stable configurations. So we will discuss all these things in the later one, and last we will discuss here occurrence of carbon. कार्बन किस किस तरीके से हमें पाया जाता है. ठीक है, एक तो हमारे पास फ्री स्टेट में होता है और दूसरा होता है कंबाइंड स्टेट. these two state where carbons we are getting it, and also we will discuss the allotropes of carbon, that is diamond, graphite, and third one is fullerene. So we will all discuss this allotrope of carbon in the next video. So thank you so much for watching this video. Have a great day.